погромче. Это реально Эш. Давно потерянный друг. Давно пропавший друг. Эш, welcome back.
This week we're like, okay, we have to do a Twitch stream because we won't miss a week. And
ну и Дэйв с нами, конечно же, наш креатив-директор. В общем, да, почему сегодня с нами Дэйв и внезапно Эш, который уже, в принципе, не работает над ДБД, а работает над другим проектом. Потому что им надо сделать стрим разрабов, они проводят его каждую неделю в четверг. Но Мэтью и Габриэль, Нат Квин, они сейчас на Комик-Коне. Вот поэтому так вот сегодня.
Oh, well, I am doing absolutely nothing on the game, which makes this a particularly useful thing. So I will be answering all the questions in the best, most serious voice I can muster, with no...
Эш сейчас ничего не делает по игре, не работает над ней, поэтому на все вопросы, которые будут задавать на стриме в чатике, он будет отвечать наиболее серьезным голосом, важным таким. Вот, так что, но при этом не принимайте его всерьез. Но для тех, кто не знает, Эш был, собственно, директором, который все это начал. И теперь он... Но теперь он типа на другом проекте. Вот. И рад, что он сейчас пришел сюда на стримчик. Вот, но он не может сказать, что за проект. Да, то есть он говорит, это такое время, когда ты типа живешь в подводной лодке такой, типа, да, а потом вы внезапно всплываете и говорите всем, типа, о, тогда вот мы сделали там вот это. A lot in common from a lot of games we worked on together.
That's right. This is not our first rodeo, is what they say in the video game trade.
So today we can actually talk about Dead by Daylight, especially the past of Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
mostly. So inspiration.
Возможно, сегодня будут говорить про прошлое ДБД, типа, чем вдохновлялись, потому что именно Эш начинал все это. Так что они просто ждут вопросов в чатике сейчас. Как всегда, чуть забыл поприветствовать модеров, но модеры там в чатике, приветствуют их сейчас. Приветствуем наших. Аки, Her Queen is Dead, Skid, вижу вас, привет. Че это смайлик у Стаса новый, что ли? Blind Mode? Прикольно.
Actually, I have just a couple of news before we go into shenanigans. Just a little bit. I've asked everybody on Twitter to tell us what we should talk about. And I didn't get a lot of really good answers, but there's some good questions that I can answer right now. So, is there going to be an event for Halloween? Can we talk about the event? There will be surprises.
Будет ли ивент на Хэллоуин какой-то? На Хэллоуин будут какие-то сюрпризы, поскольку ДБД это считается хоррор-игрой все-таки, и куда же? Куда же без Хэллоуина? Говорит, четверные бладпоинты, конечно же, это только слухи. Это
Other
всего
thing
лишь
very
слухи.
important about the progression issue that's been.
You have issues?
There has been issues.
I see.
You know, that's actually part of the past. You know about.
I
these
do
issues.
know about
Quite
those
some
issues.
time.
That's true.
The team would like to thank the community about this issue because you've helped us a lot in finding.
Проблемы с
what it is.
прогрессом.
So we actually
Разработчики
have
хотят
a
поблагодарить комьюнити,
solution
потому что очень
pushed
помогли
out. Hopefully it's gonna be this week.
найти
We'd like to make
проблему,
that
и
ASAP. It's gonna come out on the various platforms.
решение уже возможно на этой неделе, возможно, на следующей, в ближайшее время выпустят патч.
Well, making multiplayer games can be complicated. Finding these bugs. If I said the word trombone to you,
Tromboning. I would remember what that is.
Which was a debug method we had to resort to on our first ever multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Аж говорит про... вспоминает тромбонинг, способ искать и исправлять баги в игре. Это был их первый способ.
We were tasked with a tight deadline, I think it's fair to say, to turn a single-player game into a multiplayer game, and it was pretty exciting.
Говорит, какую-то синглплеерную игру переделывали в мультиплеер, им задали задачу, и у них очень временные рамки, типа были короткие, вот, им заданы, поэтому было очень тяжело, много багов.
With all the interactions in our game, why it kept desyncing. So it would basically, there'd be an interaction and it wouldn't be replicated on one machine. I don't even know. This is why they don't let me talk about technical stuff. And it would crash the game every single time. And any single interaction...
Говорит, были какие-то даже действия, да, которые просто полностью игру крашили.
So you'd be playing the game, we'd be testing late at night, and then suddenly the game would crash. And be like, well, what were you doing? We couldn't work it out. We'd have to play for hours to try and replicate it. And eventually... boredom set in and we decided to try and automate it ourselves.
Yeah.
And we got a paper clip, which for some reason we called a trombone.
Because that's a French, it's called a trombone. The thing is called and I didn't know how to call it, so I just told you the French word with an English accent.
Говорит, в итоге они пришли...
rig up our controller to just like run to the right effectively and then go and get a cup of coffee.
Yeah. So we had to use the paperclip on the two joystick, right?
Вот что они сделали. Короче, они взяли просто бумажку, ну, когда им приходилось куда-то бежать, да, там в игре, чтобы найти этот баг. Они брали контроллер, вставляли бумажку в стик, чтобы он двигался, да. Вот, и могли там, например, отойти или что-то типа того. И вот эту вот штуку назвали как раз тромбонинг, потому что по-французски, как сказал Дэйв, вот этот вот тромбон, это типа что-то бумажка или что-то такое. Вот такие дела. Cool story, Стрим.
A limited edition sneaker. It's actually really cool. It's the bloodletting sneaker. So the same image that is on the bloodletting shirt. So black sneakers.
Хотят показать как раз кеды, которые сейчас продаются на сайте. В Твиттере у них можно найти ссылку. Мне не показали кеды. В общем, кеды можно купить $99, заказать кеды с логотипом Bloodletting, то есть с лицом траппера красным.
Yeah, upon release, things were cut so that we could make it happen. But then with time, that's the beauty of live.
I mean, the last killer finally put in the hatchet.
Yeah.
Which was in the original. It was in the original prototype. It was one of the first Powers ever prototype.
Топорик, который это был один из прототипов самых первых вообще, которые они сделали реально в начале, он уже был в игре. Вот и кеда. Говорит, они не придут вам в стеклянной коробке, вы действительно можете их носить. Не бумажка, а скрепка, paperclip. Может быть, кстати. Да, наверное, скрепка. Окей. Он сказал, просто он ее так скручивал, типа, хз. Ладно, не важно.
Oh, I know what it is. That's the thing you say every time.
Cheese? More cheese?
No.
What was it?
The lobby.
Yeah, the lobby. Oh, the live lobby. Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, live lobby.
Yeah, if it had been like a more like when you enter the game, that was it. Like that would definitely got cut, even in concept.
Yes.
It didn't even make it. Like the ability to be walking around by the campfire at the beginning. When you leave, you come back to the place. A more seamless social hub would have been something that I really wanted, or pushed for at the time that we never quite made.
Yeah.
Я же очень хотел, чтобы у костра в лобби можно было ходить, что-то делать, возможно даже общаться с кем-то, но типа это в игру не попало, это уже несколько раз рассказывали на стримах, вот то, что типа, тяжело было реализовать.
Oh, for the lore, I think that it's half and half, I'd say.
There certainly was a period where we were attaching things as we went, but we tried to adhere to a structure.
Yes.
I mean, we had a plan of the lore.
Yes.
We knew what we wanted to do, and then even during that, we knew we were going to have to support at least the concept of licensed ideas within that lore.
Yes.
So, I mean, we kept it pretty wide open.
Yeah, we built some sort of skeleton, really, a core.
По лору в игре они всегда знали, что они хотят, возможно, даже каких-то лицензируемых убийц, типа покупать и добавлять. Поэтому, типа, сделали такой костяк, в который можно, ну, который можно, соответственно, добавлять все что угодно. Кажется, про геймплей сегодня не очень много будет.
The consistency of the lore to some degree or another, as long as it feels right, as long as it doesn't feel like it's shattering the illusion of what you're doing, then keeping that mystery is good because it allows us to consist everyone to enjoy it more without feeling like why is this happening or whatever.
Будет скин с кедами.
What were our influences, you'd say? About just the story, the base story.
The base story.
I know what it is.
Well, go on. Go on then.
I know the Dark Tower is one.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
Dark Tower is one.
Dark Tower is one.
Yeah.
Что по основной истории?
So that was that's part of
Yeah, there were others though. I mean, you know, ironically.
Дэйв говорит про какие-то темные башни, что?
Elements of it are, but the elements of it are the Dark Tower. So no spoilers. Oops, ruined 7 books. No kidding.
Темная башня.
Elements of, I mean, yeah, it's true. Like certain parts of that were definitely driving the core fantasy as well as some other stuff as well.
Yes. Actually, it reminds me we've in the anniversary event we gave weapons to the killers, some of them. And in the description there is a message in entity speak.
Ooh, nice.
And people were wondering if that was a thing or if it was just gibberish. It's actually a thing. There will be more in the future of these entity speech, so I'm sure someone.
Говорит, в шмотках, которые раздавались на годовщину, есть где-то приписка, в котором типа в которой говорит сущность. Говорит, потом позднее еще что-то такое появится. Вот. Это у каких шмоток? Я не помню, я не читал описание, по-моему, всех шмоток годовщины.
Something really exciting when you're developing a game. You kind of design in your head the end game, or the, like in 2 years when people are still gonna play, what's gonna be the exciting thing, and this is still exciting. We've never done it. There's something there. Eventually, is gonna happen. Will the entity ever take killer form?
Ну да, он сказал про убийц какие-то шмотки.
In a lore reference, I'd say the entity is taking killer form all the time.
Yeah.
Когда-нибудь сущность примет форму убийцы. Ну, как бы по лору можно говорить, что она всегда принимает форму убийц как раз. Это логично, это же типа она создает этих убийц, да и выживших в принципе тоже.
Maybe if the entity completes whatever it is it's doing, maybe then.
Эш говорит, может быть, тогда, когда сущность достигнет того, чего она хочет, да, к чему она идет, может быть, тогда она типа появится. Что случилось с Бенедиктом Бейкером? Хороший вопрос.
Conflicting, yeah. One that's in the 19-something, and one that is in the 18-something.
That's true. The lore itself has become subject to interpretation.
So,
говорит,
I know which one I know.
Про Бенедикта там есть в истории какие-то конфликтующие моменты.
The different releases of all the DLCs that we've been doing. Benedict is still in the realm of the entity because he is experiencing these new realms that are created by the entity. So
Бенедикт все еще в мире сущности находится.
In the game or not is that the entity's realm is out of time.
Yeah, important.
И мир сущности, он как бы вне времени находится.
It is possible that you could appear in two different timelines at the same time, if that's the perspective of the person who is looking at it. So it's possible that Benedict is in both times, depending on who is writing about them at the given time. Or it's also possible in the fictional lore that Benedict left the realm and then returned to it.
Поэтому возможно, что, ну, там, где, типа, ошибка с Бенедиктом, да, то, что он одновременно находится, или, типа, того, в каких-то годах, и потом в других, типа, они сказали 80-е и 90-е, или, типа, 18-е и 19-е, не помню, не услышал, вот, что-то типа того, Эш говорит, возможно, Бенедикт, благодаря как раз миру сущности, может находиться и там одновременно, либо он вышел, типа, из мира сущности, но потом чуть позже туда вернулся, типа, хз.
We could talk about various ideas that we've
seen. Well, I mean, like when we prototyped the original version, probably even before the one we showed, the really old Unity one-on-one version of the game, there were 9 different killers in that mode. Yeah. I mean, like some of them are like have been amalgamated 3 into 1. One that never made it, or did, was called the Smasher, and that one could just destroy the entire level.
That's so good.
Well, it was good, but after we played it for a lot of time, it was like you would be stealthy and you'd be hiding, and the Smasher would remove the level. Of course. In its entirety.
У них, говорит, был прототип убийцы какой-то, который назывался Smasher. Он мог вообще ломать объекты, и уровень в итоге мог остаться абсолютно пустым.
It was good. It's also a technical. Oh my God, such a technical issue.
Yeah, it's a mind break.
That would be something completely different.
Вот они поиграли, даже потестили. И говорит, что-то как нереально было играть, когда ты пытаешься где-то спрятаться, а он просто ломает все, и все, ты уже не можешь спрятаться нигде.
Yeah, that's one of the issues of retrofitting. Well, like. An old concept and making it back into a game that's been live for more than a year. Like when we've made the Huntress, the big technical issue was she's gonna throw things anywhere. So we need to make sure that the hatchet will, collide logically everywhere.
Поэтому,
it's a really funny thing as well, because like in the original prototype, the original prototype had a vibe that ultimately is very similar to the final vibe, but it's different, and the way people play it is different, and the way the audience perceive it is just, even if it's just slightly different. And having a ranged weapon is not just a case of adding a ranged weapon.
Про охотницу говорят, то есть тяжело было вводить, да, то есть чтобы топоры не врезались в какие-то объекты и всякое такое.
The moment the game changes, and the moment the game comes live, and the moment it becomes interesting to people and competitive and stuff, can't just add a ranged weapon in. It's like, well, that we don't know. The balance alone is.
И боялись, почему они ее не ввели тогда, еще год назад, когда игра только выходила, хотя топорики уже тогда придумали метательные. Потому что боялись баланса в том числе, потому что тяжело ввести такого убийцу, но при этом как бы и сбалансировать его.
asked by MSK915. Bjorn has left, even though I said to hold it in.
I told him you cannot leave us
Do
alone
not leave.
on Twitter. Now we can say whatever we like. Actually, probably we're doing that anyway.
Bjorn, typical.
Говорит, Бьорн ушел, он кинул их.
Do you want to do one?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to do one.
Sure.
Yes.
So yes is the answer. Let's do that. I think obviously it'd be a bit harder, but we're always exploring ways to expand the lore into other media. We're trying to find ways to do it. I mean, it's all bandwidth and time and partners and finding the right people and people who get the right vision and the right ideas. We're always trying to do that. So it's a cool thing. It's a cool vibe.
Absolutely. Question by
Ну и Лору они постоянно пытаются как-то расширять, придумывать что-то новое.
Like 5% more healing speed, for example. That's an interesting question. We always say never say never. I always say never say never. No, but it's not something that we want to do at the moment. Anyways, we can also talk of why we did it this way.
It's true. Yeah. We can, but you just opened up a giant set of 27 meetings in my head simultaneously.
Right, I know. It was a difficult question.
I mean, this is always this way when you're making a multiplayer game. You always come down to these fundamental choices about, do I do it the same way other games do it because it's familiar to everyone, as part of it? Do I do it that way because it's the best way to do it?
Там вопрос какой-то был про healing speed, но это был как пример. Я не понял, о чем они изначально спросили. Может быть, про уникальные статы какие-то.
And we had this battle, and every designer, creative director versus executive will have this battle for all of time, because there is so much evidence that devolves games down into the same set. Should red barrels explode? It's the same concept. Should everything be the same in every game? Sometimes, like I felt, Dead by Daylight needed to stand out and be different and unique. Chose this to be a way. And it was always going to be the case that potentially that could upset people because they expect something else. Yeah. That's why I wanted to do it.
I was convinced the first minute because I think it's really cool that a human character can be.
Эш рассказывает, как тяжело выбирать, что будет в игре и как она сильно будет отличаться от других игр.
As well. I mean, for me, that was a no-brainer. But even beyond that, we could still have had a class-based system, and you still could have a class-based system. It's not like games don't exist with a class-based system that are brilliant and amazing and wonderful. Yeah. And Dead by Daylight could be that as well. The hybrid system in Dead by Daylight, I think, fits the gameplay because the nature of the gameplay is it's not a team-based game. It's not a unique individual-based game. It's a weird hybrid that's designed to work the way it works. That's exactly what we set out to do. So I think it fits the hybrid, but I like it's always going to be a case of opinions on this one. Some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. Like,
at some point we just have to take a path, and that's what we chose.
We took a path.
Я слушаю, что он говорит. Я не вижу смысла это переводить сейчас.
Interesting alternative situation.
Do you have a favorite part of the lore?
Есть ли у вас любимая часть лора в игре?
Favorite character,
любимый персонаж.
Or
yeah. I think. I mean that's a good question. Like a specific thing. I mean, I like about. Well, yeah, no, I don't have a specific part. I like.
Нет, конечно нет.
I like the desperation. I like the fact there's no escape.
Ему нравится вот эта вот безнадежность в игре, то, что некуда сбежать. Вот это прикольно. Типа ты сбежал, но на самом деле ты не сбежал. Ты типа вернулся к костру, и вот это вот бесконечное путешествие в 2000 плюс часов в игре, это вот оно. И типа сама идея надежды. Жаль.
What I like the most is the concept around how the entity is punching holes in reality to get people. So the fact that it appears and why it appears in specific places and at a specific moment.
Have you ever explained that?
No, we can explain it now.
We can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can. If you want. Like, it's true. Like, yeah, it's true. Like, I mean, that's a fun part.
If you've been following all the lore bits of all the characters, you might have guessed as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the entity can influence a region of the world. It obviously doesn't exist in the same plane as the world. It exists somewhere else, but it does have areas of the world it has more influence on others. And once it has a crack, it can influence things in it. So it needs to open a way to be able to grow. Obviously, the people are actually people.
У сущности есть влияние, короче, короче, по всему миру, да, есть какие-то места, в которых ее влияние больше. Наверное, на это влияют какие-то личности, типа. Ей нужен какой-то пролом, разлом, чтобы попасть, типа, в реальный мир, да, и, может быть, там как-то на него повлиять. Например, забрать, да, какого-то убийцу из мира и перетащить в свой вот мир сущности.
They were normal people. Sometimes they were killers. It was easy for the entity, and sometimes they weren't. Had to be manipulated and corrupted by the entity. And then once that event is created, the entity takes the person and corrupts them further in the world.
И вот когда вот такое случается, сущность забирает какого-то человека, да, и типа еще больше его проклинает, что ли. Вот.
Shows this concept.
Yeah. So yeah, so look back on some of the stories if you want.
Ну и забирает свой мир, соответственно.
Gen Jump is asking, could we ever see any survivors and killers from older time periods?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You already have.
Yeah, I mean we're in.
I mean that's
the same kind of period.
But you're right. Like we have toyed and talked about more extreme versions.
Увидим ли мы убийц ли выживших из более старых каких-то временных промежутков? Да, все возможно. То есть сейчас у нас в принципе очень большой промежуток. То есть там от 19 века, да, по-моему, да. Ну, от конца 19 века примерно до типа до конца 20-го. Или типа даже начала 21-го. То есть отовсюду сущность может взять персонажей новых типа отовсюду. Я же уже сказал, что она типа вне времени.
And they're all connected in one way or another.
Yes.
So the hatch, I mean,
I'd say even the items.
Absolutely the items, and some of the descriptions of the items will give you clues to what this is. So the hatch is built by someone.
Okay, yeah, let's go all in. There is a character that everybody kind of
just do it. This is it.
There is a character that everybody kind of ignore.
Yeah,
he's already in the game. He's already part of the game. He's a very important character to the whole lore. But, you know, that's it.
That's it. That's as far as you can go.
That's it.
В игре есть какой-то очень важный персонаж, который много всего делает, и он, в принципе, очень важный. Это все, что они могут сказать. Только что они говорили про люк. Я же сказал, по-моему, что люк кем-то построен вроде как. Мне в голову приходит только Алекс и инструменты Алекса, но типа... Но он же не в самой игре, я не знаю. Что?
They don't necessarily die from starvation, but it's not necessarily a lifestyle that can keep you alive very long. So what did she do with the girls? She would try to,
Вопрос про охотницу, типа, почему дети умирали, да, она их что, не кормила, ну, в доме. Он говорит, нет, она их, типа, с собой забирала, ну, девочек, и пыталась быть им матерью, но, конечно, тяжело выжить, когда, ну, типа, там холодно было, и еды не так много, поэтому, да, они умирали, но, вот, в общем, она была не очень хорошей матерью.
Lovely Ginger Snaps is asking, what is with that golden toolbox?
Такой Вига, у него и губы, и платки. Платки, а где ты платки Вига видел? Губы есть, да. Тут кто оставляет записки в кровавой паутине? Кровавая паутина Бенедикт. Описание, ну, описывает ее Бенедикт, по идее.
I don't know what that is.
Very hard to know what that's all about.
No idea. I have no idea. Can't say.
Can't say, won't say.
От холода и болезни. Нечитаемая инфа, что ли? Ну, некоторые не читают Нервный коллапс, поэтому спрашивают в чате на стриме разрабов, да. Платок Вига. Зеленый и желтый. Это которые пати, что ли, собирают? Почему я не помню? Чего не помню там слово Вига? Заспавнить подальше от киллера. А, все, понял. Я вообще не помню названия их. Я настолько редко их юзаю и смотрю.
Yeah, so as you know, we just released Letterface on Dead by Daylight, and it's super exciting. I mean, it's an horror icon and everything. And it reminded us of, you know...
It felt familiar.
Yeah, it felt familiar of another time when we were working on Naughty Bear, and we actually did a couple of look-alike... How did you call it?
Looky-likey.
Looky-likey characters or costumes for Naughty Bear, and one of them was actually the guy. Bjorn, if you can show it to us. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
You can check the parody video we did for him as well.
Это они, короче, когда работали над игрой Naughty Bear, они делали небольшие пародии, вот. И на Leatherface тогда сделали. И вот когда они выпустили Leatherface, они вспомнили, что было такое.
Penny Bear was great.
Penny Bear.
It squeaked, if I recall.
It did squeak.
It
was great.
Oh dear, there were many.
И он говорит, пищал.
That one I don't remember how he's called.
He looks familiar though.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he was called.
I don't know what that is.
Не помнят, как его звали, короче, но в общем.
This guy.
Фредди
Krueger.
And he actually returned because he was in Naughty Bear 1 as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why we decided to do the same one twice, but we did. Do you want to see the trailer for...
Это даже возвращение, потому что он был типа в первой части Naughty Bear.
Oh, that was Naughty Bear 1 too. So I guess we just.
И этот был во второй части.
That was good.
Yeah, classic.
Slasher Bear, right?
Yeah.
Slasher Bear.
Hybrid.
Yeah, we did a couple others spoof like this of. One was Batman as well.
Yeah, I mean the Slasher Bear and the Crew Bears. It was.
Это не FNAF же, Хискет, это же какая-то отдельная игра, которая называется Naughty Bear, не знаю, что это вообще такое. Но они уже не первый раз о ней рассказывают, видимо, бихейверы ей и занимались в свое время. Ну, в особенности Эш и Дэйв вместе как раз работали, поскольку они об этом постоянно вспоминают. Мы это тоже вроде бы. Видео какие-то хотят показать.
Either Slasher Bear final or Freddy Bear final, just for fun. I can see these were trailers we did for the
трейлеры,
original Naughty Bear,
которые делали для оригинальной игры.
It's been a while, I have to say, since I've seen this. It's so good.
Extremely свой, stripy sweater.
I've forgotten completely.
Этот язык, боже.
Extremely Naughty Crew Bear.
Yeah.
Crew Bear.
Yeah. They were fun times.
We had a lot of fun on Naughty
Bear. Жейсон. Очень страшная Машка. Очень острый нож.
I know, so overly ridiculously dramatic.
Настолько говорят.
But it's fun, like,
драматично
we did these ourselves. It was good times.
Yeah. Oh, the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we did it using free cam and stills and all sorts of stuff. It was good.
So good. All right. Back to...
Shift-граб у него есть, я думаю, да.
Yeah, well, we
I'm a bit disappointed I haven't had a really hardcore question on balance that I can't answer.
Yeah. Please go crazy on technical and balance questions right now.
And the answer will be...
But before that, we do have... So every week, Julien, you know Julien,
Yes,
this, our stat guy. We have a stat guy. Prepares a little document for us to...
Стату какую-то сделали.
Yeah, we
Собственно, сотрудник, который занимается статой. Поэтому нам ее сегодня покажут. Кровавая стата. Game mode. Режим игры. 49% выживших играют соло, 47% в пати, либо играют просто через этот режим, ну, заходят в игру. И всего 3,5% игроков кликают в Kill Your Friends. Группы выживших, которые играют вместе с друзьями, 55% вдвоем, 28% втроем и 17% full пати катают.
How could they be? They go.
Yeah,
Okay,
it happens.
Don't need to talk about it. I'm no killer. I'm a survivor.
Next slide, please.
Useless killer.
This is quite interesting. So yeah, most games are going to be two friends and two strangers.
И как группы в основном распределяются в итоге. Большая часть игр это два друга и два рандома играют вместе, потом 4 рандома, 30% случаев, два друга плюс два друга, 10% ваш. Ну ладно. 3 плюс 1 там еще было. Высокая стата.
What do we have next?
Что еще у нас есть?
Do we have questions? Oh yeah, let me.
Есть ли у нас вопросы?
I'm not sure if someone asked this in another stream, but can you give us?
В этих 17%
Can you give us more
да.
details about Hillbilly escaped from his captivity? It's asked by Serika Izumi. Because the Hillbilly was in a box of bricks.
He was. Well, if I recall, in a version of the timeline, he killed his parents and escaped.
Yeah. Did he kill his parents and escape, or did he escape and kill his parents?
Or did his parents die and then he escaped?
So this is a part that even we don't know.
Как сбежал Хиллбилли? Он убил своих родителей и сбежал, или он сбежал, а потом убил своих родителей, или же они умерли и он сбежал? Они говорят, не помнят.
Evil people. I mean, the hillbilly is not to be vindicated for his actions by any stretch of the imagination, but there may have been some circumstances that led him to be easily manipulated by the...
И не все убийцы, они прям уж, жестокие и злые в ДБД. Например, тот же Хиллбилли, да, он типа, он не всегда, он не был злым, просто произошли такие обстоятельства были, которые привели к тому, что, сущность легко могла манипулировать им. Вот.
There is knowledge in the real world of these weak spots. People know, people are tracking it. There's more than one, and people know about it. Some people do.
Good stuff. Are the entity touch survivor drained of hope, or are they full of so much hope that the entity has embraced them? So entity touch is that special outfit that you get, so that the entity is actually within you.
I would argue it's a corruption.
Yeah, I would say too.
I mean, doesn't seem like you really want any form of entity matter on touching you.
Absolutely
not as an ideal. Some people will embrace it, but as we know, some people have embraced it.
Mm-hmm. I hope this answers your question.
Eventually, everyone embraces it.
Вопрос по поводу кастомизации. Им шмотки, говорит, сущность дает. Эш говорит, не все бы захотели носить вещи, которые, типа, создает сущность. Да, типа, сама одежда. Говорит, есть шмотки, которые, типа, до которых дотронулась сущность. Legacy Prestige как раз. Вот, обычные шмотки нет.
while we're waiting, I also prepared some images. It's actually it's a surprise thing. I don't think Matt would be happy.
He's not here though.
But he's not here.
I doubt he even has access to it.
So I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And in the worst case scenario, you just blame me, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Ash did this. What did I do?
So Ash forced me to show you some concepts about costumes.
Oh yeah.
Эш заставил Дэйва показать некоторые концепты к костюмам, которые Мэтт, возможно, не разрешил бы показывать, но кому вообще какое дело, потому что Мэтта сейчас здесь нет. А если что, Эш сказал, что все можно винить на него. Вот.
So we've started some concept work on alternative costumes for some of the survivors that had none. So here goes some previews.
Превьюшки,
So here we have David King,
концепты
his security officer outfit.
на Дэвида, шмотка типа охранник.
In the past before going into the entity realm. So this
Возможно, типа он работал в прошлом
security officer.
И дела.
О,
вот это прям по лору очень хорошо подходит ему шмотка. Так как он в подпольных боях участвовал как раз.
Yeah, I really do. She was great.
Here's Feng Min alternative outfits. These are extremely cool, all of them, as you're gonna see.
Бокшамп.
Yeah, I wanna.
Няшный, анимешный. Худи.
It doesn't exist for real. That was so good, so good.
С ушками.
But I can't. So, I mean, don't ask us when this is coming.
Не спрашивать нас, когда это появится. Это лишь концепты.
First thing they're going to ask Dave is when is this?
I know.
Возможно, они никогда не появятся.
Just enjoy the preview.
Yeah, enjoy, or not preview, or just concept.
Yeah, they're just concepts.
We don't know. Concepts. You just paint them and you go, that's pretty. It's good. We can all have concepts.
Это только концепт.
So much trouble.
Anyway,
they look cool. For sure. I forgot indeed though. I like concepts. Concept arts are good.
Yeah.
It may or may not be misleading.
Её сразу видно будет, ничего.
This may or may not be entirely misleading.
Yeah, you just did.
Oh, good. Okay.
Mavo is asking, does Lovecraft influence your work on DBD,
Yeah.
especially the entity? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a fan.
Exactly. Like we talked about, like Stephen King influencing us and stuff like that.
Говорят, влияет ли Лавкрафт на ваши... Ну, на ДБД, как вы его делаете. Да, Стивен Кинг тоже очень сильно повлиял. Бьорн сделал бегущую полоску. Вещи, которые сегодня показали, могут или могут не быть полностью...
And other people, animators, artists, designers, programmers, a lot of people have got a lot of input on the law, and that's why it's nice not to just.
А что, полоска больше не поедет? А, нет, поедет. Блин, мислинг. Был перевод этого слова.
And you can bolt it on, like even the entity itself, like even though we had it as.
Короче, могут привести к чему-то, а могут ни к чему не привести. Вот.
Person. It wasn't made by us, like it was made by the art team who really wanted to do this, and we morphed and adapted it into the law that we wanted to make it.
Absolutely, yeah.
For example, and then it goes on.
Like,
I mean, you build it into the UI and you build it into the.
Заблуждение, ну. Да. Могут полностью, а могут не полностью вводить вас в заблуждение. Вот так вот.
But it's a good point. I mean, working on a artistic project as a team makes something absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Like that a single individual would not necessarily build.
No, I mean, obviously there is possible for great geniuses of this world to individually create a work of art, but like game development is such a team-based thing. It's much nicer to involve everyone as much as possible.
Absolutely. Sergeant Kabuki Man is asking, can we have Ash as a survivor?
Можем добавить
I'm already there, you just can't see me.
Эша как
You have
выжившего.
to do the code.
Do you not have the code? Did you not give them the code?
No, not yet.
Did you take me out?
No, you're in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you have to do.
Он говорит, уже в игре, просто вы
yeah,
не
you have
видите
to
его.
press no, I won't say it.
Don't say it. Did
There's
you
a-
not tell
there's
them
a code.
already? Did they
Есть
not press
специальный
it?
код, чтобы получить Эша как выжившего в игре, но
Oh, maybe.
Remember the one
О
that
нем
we
никому не
did?
рассказывали.
And then
I'm
we
sure someone
cancelled
could
it?
dig
The one where we gave, well,
or
we
hack
did.
their way through.
There would have to be a hack. Because it was, that was when we gave away all the free stuff.
I think you have to hit the
Yeah.
cheese key.
When you find the cheese key and you hit it,
You hit
I
it.
will appear as a survivor.
надо найти сырную кнопку.
Oh, did you want, am I going to appear as a survivor?
Cheese
I
key.
don't know. It's, if you want.
I don't know.
If you want.
И если вы ее найдете и
No,
нажмете ее,
absolutely
то
not.
Эш появится как вы.
I've seen what people do with Dead by Daylight models.
Yeah. Dude, that's really the root of this? Oh,
Yeah.
great. Oh, great. Okay. Do not give them the code. Do not
No.
unlock me.
Okay.
Leave me in the box.
Anything else, guys? Because I'm running out of questions.
Еще что-нибудь? Вопросов уже не хватает.
What else do you have on the big list? Talk about cheese.
Cake.
Talk
Что у
about
них
cake
еще есть
or
в
other
списке?
foods.
Говорить о сыре,
Well, 25th anniversary,
пироженках.
Oh yeah,
Или
someone asked
другое.
about the 25th anniversary. So we, the studio just celebrated their 25th year of existence.
Yeah, that was great.
There was a party.
Yeah, it was really nice.
25-й день рождения был у
There were balloons.
Behavior, соответственно, основана она была в
And, mysteriously, the only balloons that are left
1992 году, получается, да?
red and are
Вот. И у них была вечеринка, они хорошо отпраздновали.
very creepy.
It is. All around your workstations.
What else? I mean, it's a great achievement. I mean, the 25th year.
And it's crazy,
in,
really.
the
I mean, you've
game
been
industry.
here a while.
Yeah, some
I've
years.
been here a while. We've both, almost 25 years between us.
We've seen a lot of things,
Yeah,
different things.
exactly. So no, it's fun. I mean, there's
yeah.
not a lot of independence that lasts that long. I guess we're kind of hybrid, but it's been good times.
Yeah, the cool thing that I think we have to be proud of is that we've, I mean, we're doing a lot of different great product at this studio, and we've been working on having this game, this
Yeah,
horror game in
wow.
existence for quite some time.
Yeah, quite
And
some time.
So
I mean,
it's a big part of the studio.
and like we've been connected to that process for quite some
A
time.
long time.
We've taken a lot of twists and turns, different projects, different journeys. Like that's why it's fun to see. Look at that Naughty Bear stuff.
Yes.
And do you want to show Jelly Wars? Have we done enough Naughty Bear?
Oh no, let's do.
Говорят,
last
очень
one.
рады, что
Yeah,
работали
but
над
since you went
игрой
to-
Naughty Bear. Она очень...
Then you might as well look at
Это
Naughty
очень,
Bear and
типа,
make yourself
такая
If you could show,
старая часть
Naughty Bear multiplayer.
компании, как бы, да, то
So this
есть
was a collection of
ассоциируется
modes
с
that were in
Behavior,
Naughty Bear.
потому
We launched
что
before we had four more that came as DLC, but
давно над ней работают.
in
Ли.
one of the modes,
Вот.
you'll see something that is quite familiar.
Still cracks me up. So good. This game is so toxic,
This game is
so salty.
It's the saltiest thing in the world.
Игра такая
This is such a good
токсичная.
game.
So the goal of the game here was to get the golden keg and swap it.
And this one was when you had to use it, you could just master it. But
And
the
it's
next
golden
one,
gun.
yeah, golden Eagle.
The Uzi.
Jelly Wars was Naughty Bear against 3 other bears. They had to collect jellies from in a map. The others had to protect them while they tried to repair these jelly machines. And then
Война за
Naughty Bear-
желешку, это, короче, мультиплеер, в который надо было драться с другими, соответственно, медведями, захватывать желе и чинить эти
So before its time.
I know, it was so
желе-машины.
before its time. And I remember it was like because we'd had this idea for so long. This was our first ever attempt to try and do something like that. And ultimately, it was obviously a huge influence on us doing Dead by Daylight.
Oh no! Don't do that, bear. That was Cuddles.
Why did they do that?
Июнь 2010.
I don't even remember.
I don't. We have to play it.
We have to play the game.
So okay, we have one last question. Where did the real killer names come from? Like Evan Macmillan? Are they from some devs? It's a good question.
Откуда настоящие имена убийц?
Evan Macmillan
Oh!
No, I mean,
пришли.
like actual, no.
Then no.
No.
Например,
no, they're not.
Эван Макмиллан,
not.
да, типа.
So what about Evan Macmillan? Because you came with this one.
Yes.
Может быть, они придуманы, типа, из
made up.
Well,
But there's a little bit of
разрабов?
a sort of oldie worldy name.
Yes.
And then
So
Нет, просто придумано.
yes.
His origin was important.
Exactly. So,
So
you needed to have a name.
Jomo
Exactly.
makes sense.
Exactly. You needed to have, like, it definitely wanted to make sure that they had an element. I mean, it was not without some googling, to say the least, to try and tie them in together. But they are all original characters. They're obviously not based on.
Это оригинальные персонажи, то есть Эван Макмиллан, например, придумал именно Эш, то есть хотел сделать такое какое-то имя и фамилию, которое типа, ну, подходило его истории, да. Вот. То, что там они жили в своем поместье.
The part of the world they come from and the year they come from.
Yeah.
Anna, for example, is a very common name in that particular region of the Russian Empire at that time.
For sure.
Например, ну, Анна это очень, да, такое распространенное имя. В принципе, русское.
I have no famous last words. I was never very good at this. The words of wisdom. Did Matt not send any?
Все заканчивают.
Does he still do it?
I don't know. Does he?
How wise? He's wise though.
He's getting less wise.
Слова мудрости спрашивают, нужны еще? Мэтт перестал их говорить, поэтому
that's going to be our wise words.
Мэтт становится менее мудрым.
Come and save us.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Nice to see you
В общем,
again.
спасибо, что
Take your precious time to be here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Дошли сегодня.
Thank you, Bjorn. Thank
Bjorn,
you,
посмотрели стрим разрабов.
And we'll see you. Maybe Matt's not even here next week, and we'll have to do it again.
И увидимся на следующей неделе, наверное. Если Мэтта вдруг не будет еще здесь на следующей неделе, они не знают.
Okay, perfect.
Or upside down. I don't mind.
Вот.
But not both.
Okay. Have fun.
Пока. Минус арты. Ну так Мэтта же нету. Где же арты-то взять, да?